My goal in this video is to try to save you a ton of time and a ton of headache. If you've just switched out your wheels on your new Subaru and your TPMS system is freaking out, this video is for you. Last December, my wife and I took our very first road trip together down to San Diego, California to visit some family. On the way back, we drove 23 hours straight from San Diego to Spokane Valley, Washington. And we were about 30 seconds away from home, making our very last turn onto our street. It was snowing, we were going about 5 to 10 miles an hour, but I hit a patch of black ice and went slamming into the curb. The hit knocked out the alignment pretty bad, and we got some really nasty rim rash, but apart from that, we got really lucky. The next day, I went to Discount Tire and picked up a set of Bridgestone Blizzak WS90s, and I can't say enough good things about these tires. They completely changed the personality of this car in snow and on ice. When spring rolled around, I decided instead of swapping out the tires again off my factory wheels that I would keep the Blizzaks on the factory wheels, and I picked up a set of Yoshihara Champions for my summer tires. After mounting the new wheels, I was super stoked on them, and we're driving along, and suddenly the TPMS system starts freaking out. It showed zero pressure on all the tires, so I stopped, got out of the car, and looked at the tires, and they were all perfectly fine. So I was totally confused. A couple Google searches later, I figured out what had happened. I do vaguely remember the Discount Tire guy saying that the new set of wheels came with new TPMS sensors and that they would install them for me. But what he didn't tell me was that I needed to reprogram the car to actually be able to read the new TPMS sensors. Rather than take the car back to Discount Tire, I decided to try and fix it myself. To make your car happy again, you're going to need one tool to read the new TPMS sensor IDs, and another tool to write those TPMS sensor IDs to your car's computer. I'm pretty sure that out there's one tool that can do both of these functions, but this is the method that I used. The first tool that I used was the Autel MaxiTPMS TS401 TPMS tool. Start by selecting your make, model, and model year for your car. Starting at the front left tire, hit the scan button to read the sensor ID. Next, go to the front right tire, the rear right tire, and the rear left. If you find yourself waiting around with nothing happening, move the tool along the edge of the rim till it gets close enough to the TPMS sensor to read it. After reading the left rear sensor, the screen started flashing the front left label again. So at first I thought nothing had happened and that I'd have to do it all again. But after pressing the Y button, I was able to see the ID numbers and the battery status for each of the sensors. Here's a closer look at the sensor information. The first column shows the tire position and the second column shows the sensor ID number. Take a picture of it and save it for later. If you're running two sets of wheels, the next step is to read the sensor IDs off your other set of wheels. Now, the Autel tool seems to only be able to hold one set of sensor IDs, so that's why you have to take a picture of the first set before going on to the second, because when you scan it again, it's going to overwrite the other data. Repeat the process for your other set of wheels, starting at the front left tire. Then the right front tire, followed by the rear right tire, and the rear left tire. Remember, if the tool doesn't find the code right away, move it along the wheel till it connects. Take a picture of the sensor data and save it for later. Now that you have the sensor IDs, it's time to upload the new IDs to your car's computer. I use the ATEQ QUICKSET TPMS reset tool. It's got a USB input on one side and an OBD2 output on the other. One thing that I found mildly inconvenient about this tool is that it's only Windows compatible. So if you're a Mac user like me, you're gonna have to either borrow a Windows PC from a friend, or you can install Windows onto your Mac using the Boot Camp utility. I won't cover how to install Windows on your Mac in this video, but if you do a quick search on YouTube on how to install Windows on your Mac, you're gonna find a lot of useful resources. To get started with the ATEQ, go to their website. Hover over DIY tools and click QUICKSET. Scroll down and click download PC software. Once it's finished downloading, click open and install the software. I've used the PC maybe twice in the last 15, 16 years, so I have no idea what to do. I don't know what the buttons do. I don't know where anything is. So the screen capture for this part is a little bit choppy and it's missing a few steps, but you'll get the general idea. First, plug the QUICKSET into your computer using a USB cable. Add your vehicle to the software. Enter your sensor IDs for your summer and winter wheels. Click Save to QUICKSET. Unplug the QUICKSET from the computer, find the OBD2 port to the right of the hood release, and plug in the QUICKSET. Once plugged in, the green light will blink. Push the snowflake button for your winter tires or the sun button for summer. The green light will go solid once it's programmed. From this point on, you won't need to actually use the computer again unless you want to update your sensor IDs or add another vehicle. So back in March when I was doing this to update my car for my summer wheels, I did this entire process, but last week when I switched my winter tires onto the car, all I had to do was plug this thing in and press the snowflake button, and we were good to go. One quick note, when you start the car for the first time, the sensors are still going to be out of sync. You're going to have to drive the car for about 5 to 10 minutes for the car to recognize the new sensors, and then all the error codes will go away and you'll be able to see your pressures as normal. I hope you found this video helpful. When I was trying to figure this out, there was a whole lot of random button pressing, experimenting, trying to figure stuff out. The forums online were not very helpful. There wasn't a lot of information on this topic. And I was really frustrated with the Autel tool at first because when I bought it, I thought that it was going to do all the things that I needed it to do. And I literally spent like 3 hours trying to figure out this thing, and the best thing I could do was read the sensor IDs. I didn't realize until a couple hours in that there was no way for me to copy the new sensor IDs to the car, which is why I ended up finding this thing online. If you have any questions about this, make sure to post them down in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe for more stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.